Louise.
It was supposed to be a fun day. It was a fun day. Lots of contests. I loved contests, challenges. I had won the egg and the spoon race and the three-legged race. And I was having a great time.
Louise.
No, Tom. If I'm going to get this out, it's going to have to be while I'm standing. It started getting cloudy in the afternoon, and the boys wanted me to go for a walk with them. And I knew my friends would be jealous just seeing me with the older kids, so I went. And we had fun. We played tag and we ran and picked flowers. Kid stuff. And then it started to rain really hard. And it was too far away to run back to the picnic ground, so there was this old barn, a leaky old barn. Not that it mattered, we were all drenched by that time anyway. And I didn't even know the boys had stripped until they started saying that they wanted me to take off my shirt and jeans too. They said that I'd catch cold if I didn't. They called me a chicken. I was never a chicken. I don't know why I did it. I know it was wrong. Maybe I did it to prove I wasn't a chicken. And maybe I did it because it was exciting.
Maybe there's nothing wrong with a young girl making a mistake.
It wasn't enough for them. They took off their underwear. And when I wouldn't do the same thing, they grabbed me and held me down and did it for me. I fought them. I prayed to God, please, make me 10 feet tall with fangs and claws. You wouldn't believe how many nights I dreamed that prayer to come true. And I kicked them, and I punched, and I bit.
They raped you?
Not in the way a man would define the word. They touched me, grabbed at me. They crawled on top of me. They put their mouths all over me. And while one of them was on top of me, I think he was as surprised as I was when it happened. And after I ran home, I scrubbed my leg until it was bruised and bleeding, and then I scrubbed it harder. But it would never come off. It was
swore she never told anyone about this.
How could I? How could I? God. I ran back home, and my lungs were on fire. It was like they were scorched from the running. And I crept in the door, and I didn't make a sound. And I got to the bathroom, and I closed the door, and I got the shower running really loud. And then I screamed, and I cried, and I washed, and I washed, and I washed, and I washed. And now you know it all.
Yes.
And now I think it's well past time for us to get to the center.
No, I don't think so. Not today.
I have to get there.
I'll go. After I take you home.
But
Louise, you're wiped out. You need your rest. We'll talk after you get some rest. Louise, there's one more thing. Now that you've got it out, and we can work on it, believe me, it can only get better.
It's a good idea stopping by the snack bar. I'm surprised you don't weigh 500 pounds with all this temptation around.
Well, there's a rule. If we don't start eating all our meals and don't clean our plates, Zappo, no snack bar.
Oh, well, I'm glad one of us can resist temptation. So, if I finish mine first, do I get the rest of yours?
No way! But I'll let you have a lick if you answer my question about you and Daddy.
What question is that?
I'm going to marry him.
Well, I think, that's something you ought to ask your dad.
I'm going to, but all he can tell me is whether or not he's going to ask you. But you can tell me whether or not you're going to say yes or no.
Well, I can't fault your logic.
So what's it going to be?
You want the most honest answer?
Yep.
Okay. It's not really a question you can answer in an abstract kind of way. If he did ask me, I think all three of us would find out my answer at the same time.
You like him, though, a lot, I can tell.
Yep. I like him a whole lot.
Did you know that my daddy was married after my mom?
Mm-hmm. To Holly. And I believe he loved her very much.
But she died, though. He was sad for a long time.
Yes, he was. I had someone, too. And he was very dear. And he was killed, too.
You were sad, too, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes when I'm sad, I just go to my secret place and I think of happy stuff.
You, too?
Sure do. Did you ever have, secret places like that and then have adventures and happy stuff when you were sad?
When I was a little girl, I read lots and lots of books.
Mm-hmm.
Only I never finished them.
You mean you stopped in the middle?
Mm-mm. I read them all the way through to the end. All kinds of adventures of princesses and dragons and enchanted forests. Only then, when it got to the end of the story, I just kept going and made up more adventures of my own. So the story never ended.
You keep
You mean like how unicorns only eat cherry blossoms?
Well, there's a secret place, and it's just mine, and nobody else knows about it. Do you want to see it?
I'd be very honored. Are you sure you want to show it to me?
Uh-huh. But you can't tell anybody, not even Dad.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Be casual so nobody follows us. Okay.
I'm casual.
Be casual.
I told you it'll be fine.
We'll do.
Okay, good.
You're not finished yet, Olivia? I'm surprised.
You'll be surprised how fast it is finished. It would have been helpful if the blueprints had been done properly, but... Say, aren't you supposed to be in New York tomorrow for some meetings?
Don't worry about it. I'll be there.
I'm not worried. By the time you get back, I'll have this place completely finished, and Port Charles will be ready for the grand opening of the new Duke's Club.
No, that can't happen soon enough for me. It's costing me a fortune to keep this place closed every day.
You'll make more money when we reopen, too. I found a way to increase your seating capacity, so you should be able to turn over 10% more business every night. All right?
That sounds impressive. What do you think, Angel? Can the staff handle 10% more people here every night?
We can do anything, boss.
Oh, speaking of people, have you seen Cheryl today?
No, she often leaves very early in the morning.
Well, she said she was having breakfast with Robert Scorpio, and I haven't heard from her since then.
Listen, speaking of Scorpio, he was by here asking some tough questions.
What did he want?
Well, he wanted to know why we hadn't gone to the police after this place had been vandalized.
Is that all? We'll just let him complain.
Can I at least count on a supper tonight as a reward for my labors?
It could be arranged.
Oh, good.
Boss, telephone. Anna.
Hello, Anna.
Hello. I really need to talk to you.
Well, if this is about a separation and my finding a lawyer...
It's not about that. But I'd like you to come over to my office for a few minutes as soon as possible.
Okay. There's nothing here that I have to stay for, so I'll be right over. Angel, I'm gonna go up to Anna's office for a while, but I'll be back shortly.
Okay, boss.
You can probably count on supper tonight.
Great, thank you.
Well, our prospective tenant certainly has an odd idea of what soon means.
Bobby, would you do me a favor? I can't find that key to Felicia's apartment. She's not there right now, but she is going to be there having dinner with Colton. Anyway, would you give her this package?
Of course I will.
Okay, I'm going to have a bite to eat with Ruby, okay? We may catch a movie. I'm not singing at Duke's tonight, the Holy Wife.
Say hi to Ruby for me.
I will. Hello. Hello. I'm in a rush. Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, hi, Bobby.
Is Felicia here yet?
No, and neither is our prospective tenant.
Oh. Well, I have a great idea on how we can pass the time. I just happen to have in this box 8 of the most disgustingly chocolatey, caloric things at the bakery. And there's plenty here. Felicia and I could never eat all these. What do you say?
No, thanks. I'm on a diet.
You're on a diet? Women are always on diets. You look great.
Thank you, Colton. Charm will get you everywhere.
Thank you. Oh, I might have. Hello. I cannot seem to interest Bobby in any pre-dinner desserts. How about you?
Don't you just love the way people who are naturally thin seem to think everybody else is?
What?
Yeah, you take the main course. I'll take the dessert.
Okay. Cold cereal. Shouldn't have.
Oh, my goodness, did somebody break a pillow on the stairs?
No, I shot a goose.
Where is this person? Come on, show up. Oh, Felicia's package. Thank goodness. Hi, I'm Bobby Meyer. I think we spoke on the phone. Come on in.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to be so late, but I'm new in town, and even though I've got a map, I still keep getting lost. Oh, this is a beautiful room.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad you like it.
I like it. I love it. It's like a castle.
Oh, well, thank you. We're fond of it here.
Oh, my goodness, where are my manners? I'm Prunella Witherspoon.
Oh, I'm very happy to meet you. So, would you like to see the apartment?
I'd love to.
Come on. Are you English?
Oh, goodness No, I'm Australian.
Oh, our police commissioner's from Australia. His name's Robert Scorpio.
Oh, I know. This is my cousin.
See, look. I told you it was big enough for an adult to fit.
Try not to be an adult.
What are you then?
It's been a long time since I've been an elf.
Is that what you are now?
Nork?
What does Nork mean?
Elf talk for yes.
I think I'll be an elf, too. I'll be the queen of the elves.
Oh, good. So, Your Majesty, can I ask you a question?
Shoot.
Shoot? Is that elf talk?
Well, I'm just trying to keep the fantasy uncomplicated. Until you get back from the habit.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it.
No problem. So what was your question?
How did you ever find such a beautiful, secret place?